So you're wondering, like, what the heck is that right there? Yeah, so we just had one of three literacy nights this evening, and if you're in education, you know that this is Read Across America Week, right? And so we got literacy nights from all the way from our preschool to sixth grade, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday night, and so all kinds of spirit days, and it's read aloud and all kinds of great jazz. We love doing the reading stuff here, especially because we learn about the reading revolution. So basically, our theme is s'mores night and like camping. So like I have like the crackling fire music in the background and all that. So, but like there wasn't any animals or anything. So I'm like woo woo. Some of the teachers were like, "Oh man, I guess that's the soundtrack." And then they came over. They're like, "What the heck, it was you?" So that's basically what that was right there. So, but it was a great day, great evening event with all the parents, and just again we get to sit down with them and do some literacy activities and just to bring the community together. One thing I wanted to really share tonight, just something that this is kind of like one of those real talk kind of conversations. If you were to ask me, like, what is the most challenging aspect of being an administrator, I'd probably have to say it's what I'm about to share right now. And it is most definitely has grown me exponentially. I do know that we grow as humans when we are outside of our comfort zone, when we are being challenged, when we're being stretched. And so I've been challenged, stretched, and grown in many different ways because of this, though. But when you run a school, for the most part, and it's just part of the gig. This is not a complaint like at all, but it's just part of it. But you get a lot of the fire, right? What's not going well? This is an issue. This is an issue. It's an issue. You get venting. You get a lot of negative information that's poured on you, and that's part of the gig right there. And you have to actually know that that's to be expected. And so it was no surprise right there. But the most difficult part, though, about this gig, though, is not taking that kind of weight and making that your own, and especially taking that home, and then it affects your own children, your own spouse, your own family, and that's a struggle right there. It really is, because you'll have these roller coasters of mountain highs, and then you'll have some really low moments where just the burden is very great. And of course, like as a leader, you are just pouring out your heart into your faculty, into your scholars, and into your parents. And sometimes you're just not going to get a lot of positive feedback, things that are going well. You're really going to find out what's not going well, and you'll get more of that, and you get more and more, and it kind of like piles on there. And so one thing that I've learned to do, and this is something that has worked for me personally, and it has done wonders. And if I don't do this, it greatly affects me. And that is called benevolence detachment. And that is the practice that I do about taking all of the cares of the school and all of the people's emergency and the stresses, the frustrations, maybe the possible unhappiness and all that. And I take moments throughout my day. I probably should even do more, though, where I stop and I pause and I literally give that over to God, so that I no longer am carrying that. Now, I have a relationship with God, and so this is how this has worked for me, and this is where like my faith carries into my kind of work. And when I give something over to Him, I'm waiting until that pressure and that weight is released. So when I have that moment of pausing for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, I literally leave that moment with all of that weight right there for at least that 5 or 10 minutes of that kind of relief, and that allows me to keep going. And when I'm not practicing this, when I'm not doing that right there, it becomes extremely burdensome, and it affects my attitude. It affects my whole perception and all that. And so my encouragement to all you is, how are you detaching from the pressures that are all around? I think it's important, and when you do that, you're going to find that there is so much more joy and the happiness, and you can keep going with the energy and the joy. Because when you don't, it just really starts to bog down. And so, just one of the things that I do in my personal life that has helped me tremendously during the low times, so that I can raise back up and keep pressing on. All right, y'all. Hope you guys have a sweet evening. Peace.